Mr. Suhu. Okay, so I'm using my new selfie stick that I got. As you can see in the mirror, it's really cool. But I'm going to be explaining some of the methods used in. I'm going to be using some of the methods. Oh my god. Okay. So the first method used in real life equations is the quadratic formula. And then the second one is solving by completing the square, and then the third one is factoring. So I'll show those to you. So the first one we're going to be talking about is the quadratic formula. So here's the equation that we use for this every single time. And the equation that we got was, or the numbers that we got to plug in were x squared plus 53x minus 630 is equal to 0. So this is A, so A is equal to 1, B, 53, and then C is minus or negative 630. So from there, we plug in the numbers where they belong. So I write x is equal to negative 53 plus negative 53 squared. Sorry, it's kind of hard to write. Okay, and then minus 4, 1, and then negative 630. And then you do this whole thing and then plug in the numbers. Okay, then you go write down x equals negative 53. So basically, you're just solving. Okay, so far this is what we have, and it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. You just plug in the numbers and solve, and with enough practice, you should get it down. Okay, sorry, it's taking a while. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so right here equals 53 plus 73. So with this one, right here, you are doing the positive and showing the negative. So right here, see how it says negative 53 plus 73. So you get this, and then you're doing the opposite. So you're doing x is equal to negative 53. And then see how this is positive? You're doing the opposite. So you're going to do negative 53. So you're going to get two different answers. And then, so you get x is equal to 20 over 2, and then this answer over here, the plus, you're going to get x is equal to negative 126 over 2. So, final answer is x is equal to 10, and over here you get x is equal to negative 63. So final answer is 10 and negative 63. Final answer.
I'm bored with this mindset, walking around just talking my shit. Conversation based around just sex, words at the tip of my tongue. Oh, damn, baby.
Minus 630 is equal to 0. So right here, you kind of break this down. So you get x times x, and then the goal is to get this number. So that's the main focus. And what you're trying to do is find every number that you get that can go into this. So what I do is I start with 1, so 630, because you're trying to get every number that goes into this number. So obviously start with 1, and then you do 2, then 315, and then you just kind of go down. 5, 126, 105, 7, 90, 9, 70, 10, 63, 15, 42, and the last one is 16 times 45. So how you solve this is you're trying to find this number. So you kind of guess and check. So over here, I'm gonna write.
And then you end up with your final answer, which is 53.
So I'm going to be talking about imaginary numbers, and I'm going to be using my practice test as an example. So right here, you're just finding common factors. So 4 and 8 would be a common factor. So 4 minus 8 is equal to negative 4. And over here, you would do 8i plus 2i, and you get 10i. So this one's pretty simple, and these are your answers. So you ended up getting 6i. But the next example, so that example is called standard form, simplifying in standard form. The next one is kind of similar, but you're basically doing the same thing. So right here you have 8, and then over here you have 4. So you multiply that, and you end up getting 32, and then you multiply that, and then you end up getting 40i, because the I right here goes to that. So then you add this, and then you get 4 times 4, which is equal to 16i, and then you multiply this number and this number, and then you get 20. Not just I, but you get 20i squared, because there's 2 i's. So from there you do 32 minus 24, because negative 40i plus 16i is equal to 24i. And then you minus that, and then you get 20i, because this right here is always going to just be negative 1. So remember that. And the answer you get is 11, but
So the shape wave of an arc is modeled by the equation that's below. And so what I do is write down the equation, and then you put y equals in front of it. And then I write the equation again, but below it, and I put the y on the right side. So I set it equal to that, and then I bring down the y, and then I write down y is greater than 10.5. Right, and then below that I put just less than 10.5, and then I write the whole equation again, but this time I solve. So what I get is negative 6.25, and then x squared plus 1.25x, and then I get minus that by negative 4.75 is less than 0. And then once you solve that, you get 5.1 feet is less than 14.9 feet. So those are the x-intercepts.